Go do it every day. It makes you happy. You know?
He thinks they're. She thinks they're.
He definitely senses that. He senses that she doesn't know. There's no doubt about that.
We're on TV. You want to run your intro? I guess we're not.
Welcome to RTC TV4. This is Tim Garrett with my partner Steve Stricker, hanging out in the lovely Winamac, Indiana, at the town park, where the 2-8 Culver Cavaliers are in town to play the 8-2 Winamac Lady Warriors. Steve, how you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. The sun's out a little bit here. Every time I come down here for a game, it seems like it gets a little bit warmer, so that's a good thing. This is a Hoosier North Conference matchup here between the two teams, so always a good rivalry here between Culver and Winamac.
Absolutely. I think this is going to be a fun matchup tonight. So Winamac and Culver, I don't think they've had a lot of common opponents yet this year. So it'll be kind of fun to see how they match up. Coach Moisey, see him around Winamac a lot and part of the community. So really looking forward to seeing what him and his girls bring to the table. I think this ought to be a friendly matchup tonight, Steve.
Yeah, it'll be a good one here. Culver not quite as good as Coach Hammonds had hoped, in the preseason at the 10-game mark. But they got a lot of season left here. They got to this would be a good game here. They can turn things around and really get moving on that positive direction as we get into the last month or so of the season.
Yep, Winamac coming off a win last night. I think the score might have been 8-0 in North White. So really a pretty good matchup. Not a bad game. They had a good little pitcher, and Kelsey Crawford was on the mound and overcame a lot. Last night she got called for a couple of legal pitches along the way, so it was interesting, and she overcame that. And that's hard for a pitcher when when you're doing your thing and then they call a strike a ball because you did something a little bit wrong with your footwork, but she overcame that, and that's one of the things I was really impressed last night with Kelsey. She overcame that, and for an adolescent girl to do that, I think that was really impressive. And she, I think, allowed maybe 2 or 3 base runners, but it was her second no-hitter of the season. So Winamac really on kind of an emotional high to some extent. The game before that, they played LaVille and handled LaVille very well, and then of course prior to that game, we hosted Pioneer, and Pioneer just a tough team and enjoyable to watch. So, after Pioneer having a couple wins together, the same thing with Morgan Township to start the season. That was a tough loss for the Lady Warriors, and then they got it back together and put a string of wins together. So 8-2, Coach Belcher's got to feel good about her girls, and shaping up to be a good spring for Winamac.
Well, I hope I'm not bad luck for the Warriors, because every time I've been over here, the 2 losses have been the 2 games that I've been down here and helped you out with. So hopefully I'm not bad luck for them. I did get a chance to go down to Pioneer last night and caught the broadcast the game for the Lady Panthers as they took on the Class A number 2 Frontier Falcons, and that was a good game. Came right down to the wire. And Pioneer pulled that one out. I think 7-4 was the final score down there. So that was a good game last night. That's some high intensity softball right there. Kind of the same. It looked very similar to the game here with Pioneer and Winamac. So Winamac doing very well here this season, and really looking forward to tonight's game here. The sun's out and feeling a little bit more springy tonight.
Yep. So I don't know a lot about Culver, and I don't know how much you've had a chance to watch him this year, Steve, if at all. But, Winamac always enjoys this game each year. Looks like Culver, I'm just looking at, they had a doubleheader against John Glenn, and I'm looking at several of their games. Seems like one of the things they might struggle with a little bit is giving up some runs. They're giving up their opponents quite a number of runs. I don't have overall stats on that, but that might be the tail of the tape today. If they can hold Winamac within a reasonable margin, they can make this game interesting.
Yeah, they've struggled, like I said, a little bit here this year. We did get a chance to cover their opener against Argus, and they won that, I think, 21-11. Giving up 11 runs to Argus. So, yeah, they've got to keep the runs down here tonight if they want to stay in this. Winamac is going to be poised and ready to pound the ball. They hit the ball so well. I was just very impressed in that Pioneer game at how well Winamac was doing hitting the ball, but they just, Pioneer has such a good defense behind them, and so that made it tough for them to get anything really moving. But, you got a senior lefty on the mound in Jenna Moyce for Culver, and she's really, come a long way. She's a great pitcher for the Lady Cavs. So, I think this ought to be a good one here, and we'll see what the Cavs can do. Like you said, though, they got to keep Winamac from plating runs.
Awesome. Well, let's jump over to a quick word from one of our sponsors, and we'll see if we're ready to sing the national anthem by the time we get back.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Find your go with Braun Ability, the world's most trusted name in mobility. Braun Ability is a proud supporter of the Winamac community, where we are working together for a more mobile world. Learn more online at braunability.com. Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been proudly serving the community since 1963. With 18 physicians and nurse practitioners, along with a friendly and knowledgeable staff, PMH is dedicated to providing quality care closer to home. More information online at pmhnet.com. Please support our local sponsors.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt with my partner Steve Stricker in Winamac Town Park. Looks like the coaches and team captains are coming out to talk to the officials tonight. I don't know the officials' names, but I see these guys a lot, and they're pretty decent officials. In fact, I've remarked before on air, we've really been lucky all season to get some really good officiating, and I've been really impressed and pleased with with the product out on the field.
Yeah, and softball and baseball have to be the hardest ones to officiate, especially behind the plate. And the big thing that you look for, I guess, as a fan of either school is consistency. Everybody has a little different idea of what a strike and a ball is, but as long as you're consistent, I don't think anybody can get too upset. If you're calling it a strike for the home team, you're calling it a strike for the away team, then it's a strike. And so the pitchers, that's an adjustment that you have to make. It's same as in basketball. You have to adjust to what the officials are calling. Sometimes, a touch foul is called, and sometimes it's not. And so the big thing is they just need to adjust, and hopefully you got the consistency on both sides.
I think that's a great point, thinking about the difficulty in calling balls and strikes. And, my daughter, actually, Aubrey Gerhardt's taking going to be in the circle tonight for Winamac, and as a dad of a daughter that's been pitching for several years, and my younger daughter is actually behind home plate, has pitched for a lot of years too in travel ball and in youth leagues and that sort of thing. And gosh, you get really critical of home plate umpires, and they're human too, and every once in a while they will miss a call. And gosh, it's hard not to get involved with that, and that's one thing that broadcasting has really tested my patience to be a little bit more gracious towards a home plate umpire. Because Steve, I got to be honest with you, I wouldn't do any better than they do.
Right.
So
it's
for sure.
It's a thankless, because it doesn't matter, if you're, one side or the other is probably not going to be happy with the call, and so you just go down and you do the best that you can. And I know, like you said, as a pitcher, my oldest daughter, her junior year, she got into a little bit of a thing with an umpire in the sectional game, and next thing you know, the strike zone was about the size of a pencil.
Yep.
I was like, well, you can't stare down an ump. You got to just accept what the ump says and deal with it. And she learned a big lesson after that.
Yeah, and that points out to me one of the beautiful things about not just softball, but any high school sport, is the lessons that you learn. Especially you think about these adolescent girls in that period of their lives and having to overcome those challenges and obstacles that they face, whether it's the officiating or a call they think's bad, and having to get your brain right and overcoming those things. I mean, that stuff translates into real life,
Oh, yeah, and that's they say, that sports really, makes you understand what life is going to be like, and that's definitely one of those things. So, again, the starting lineups here for both teams. We'll go down through here. The visitors from Culver, they're going to start off with Sarah Morrison batting first. She's the DP. Trista Fritter, the catcher, is going to bat second. Allison Pearl, the shortstop, batting third. Jenna Moyce, the pitcher, is going to bat cleanup. Abby Gregory, the first baseman, is going to bat fifth. Sixth is going to be Miranda Ottoman, who is playing left field. Seventh is Mackenzie Buckman, who's playing right. Hattie Davis is playing second, going to be batting next. Lizzie Pugh is playing center. And then the flex tonight is Emily Solstad. She's going to be batting, I think, is that the DP is, so she's the flex, so she should be batting, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So the DP, the flex and the DP, I'm not sure. Okay.
I bet we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. So get the national anthem here. All right, so for the Winamac Warriors, the starting lineup, Blake Bailey is going to be batting first, playing center field. Aubrey Gerhardt. Oh, you said she wasn't pitching.
I didn't think she was.
Okay, so she's pitching and batting second. Crawford is going to play first tonight, bat third. Alexis Grove, the shortstop, is going to be batting cleanup. Ella Gerhardt is going to be batting fifth and catching. Emily Roush is going to be playing second. Jada Collins playing right field. Kate Perry is going to be playing third. And then Kaya Campbell is going to round it out playing left field for the Warriors. Yeah, he threw me off there. I see the number one next to Aubrey. I'm like, okay, she's pitching tonight. So, yeah, that'll be a good one here. So, first up, it's going to be Sarah Morrison. No. Okay. They really threw me off here.
With the DP.
The DP, they put it first. Usually that's last. So she's the designated player. So it's going to be, it's going to be Morrison. Okay. It's not like baseball. This really throws me off,
I know.
right?
It's still hard for me. I've been watching softball for years, and I get confused by that, Steve.
The difference between the flex player and the designated player is a little confusing to me. So Sarah Morrison leading off, Trista Fritter, and then Allison Pearl for the Cavs.
So Aubrey throws from the south side. She's a sophomore with Winamac. Last year, I think she pitched about half the innings for Winamac, her and Mandy Hedinger. Mandy now throwing in college at St. Mary's, and I guess really I talked to her dad the other night. She's having a really good experience there, and that's been real positive. So glad to hear she's doing well and enjoying her college experience. Last year, Kelsey Crawford, our second, one of our other pitchers, probably our number one pitcher, is really came on this year. She's had to sit out last year a decent bit for injury, and has done a really nice job for Winamac. And I think we're going to see Emily Roush tonight, too. There's a good chance of that. She's starting to get a few innings for Winamac and also throws the ball very well. So Winamac's been really fortunate, and I think you look at these small towns, what makes a good softball program. One of the things we've been really blessed by is good pitching. So we've had a lot of different people. I know Dave Scott owns Action Plumbing and Heating in town, and he's worked with a lot of these girls for years. Worked with both my daughters for quite a long time when they were younger, and you can't say enough about how that impacts a softball program. So.
All right, first pitch in there for a strike for Gearhart against the DP Sarah Morrison. It's going to be shot over to second for the easy play to first for the first out of the game. So that's not a bad start. 2 pitches and you get an out.
Pretty efficient. I like seeing the first pitch strike, and the changeup that she came back with looked like that was going to be a strike if she took that one. So it seems like that first inning, these girls have to get out of the first inning, and then they can settle into a rhythm and a routine, and we'll see if what she does with the next couple of hitters here.
So Fritter takes ball on the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes here. Right over the plate there, evens the count at 1-1. Fritter, a junior, sends that one over the head of the shortstop. So she's going to be on with a single to start it off here for the Cavs.
Yep, Fritter just kept her hands back and made real good contact out in front of the plate for a good single up the middle there.
It's going to bring up Allison Pearl, the shortstop for the Cavs. Allison's a senior here for Culver. Takes ball 1. So we have 1 on first here for the Cavs with 1 out here in the top of the first. Pearl takes ball 2.
Corners are playing in just a little bit for Winamac. Looks like they're anticipating a possible bunt here.
Gets that one called strike. So 2-1 count here now to the senior Allison Pearl. So good opportunity here for Pearl. She's got a lot of options here with a 3-1 count. Gets that one across, sends the count full now, 3-2. Gearhart gets the strikeout. They throw down the first, but Fritter gets back. So 2 outs now here for the cleanup hitter, Jenna Moyes. Left-handed batting senior fouls that one back off the fence for strike 1.
It's like the wind is blowing in from left center just slightly. I don't know that the wind's going to be too much of a factor today.
Gets the outside corner on that call. 0-2. So Aubrey doing a good job there. Gets ahead of her. Change up there. A little drooper over to third. Play over to first for the out. So the 5-3 put out on Moyes retires the Cavs. So we're going to come back with the bottom half of the first. It's going to be Bailey, Gearhart, and Crawford for Winamac. Be back here in a moment.
All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winamac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the Old Burger Dairy Store, the Winamac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winamac Corner Deli, smoking good food.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart with my partner Steve Stricker. Getting ready for the bottom of the first inning where we'll have Blake Bailey, Aubrey Gearhart, and who's our third? Kelsey Crawford coming up to bat. So Winamac pretty efficient, good base hit in the first inning, but left a runner stranded. So far Aubrey looked pretty good on the bump, and see what Moisey has to answer in the bottom of the first. I got to tell you, Steve, first of all, I just appreciate you coming down here. I really enjoy calling these games with you and just have a lot of fun. This is just a fun time for me. But I just got to tell you, a shout out to you, RTC, Scott Sager in Rochester there. So many people come to me and just tell me how much they appreciate what RTC's done with the softball season, but also the basketball season this year. And gosh, it's just been a nice thing for this community. And I know, I've heard Scott say, and I buy it. He says that, the goal here really is to bring communities together. And gosh, when you have, grandparents in Florida or different parts of the country, or siblings in college, or, you have older siblings that might be in the military that like to watch their younger sister or brother play athletics, and gosh, RTC makes that happen for them, and that's pretty cool at a high school level. That's a neat thing.
It is, and this is an extra special game here tonight, obviously, with two of our newer schools playing each other, in Culver and Winamac. So I've really enjoyed it. I started off in last August, right after the first football game, full time with them. Been working as a SVT, on the side, freelance kind of thing for 3 or 4 years with them, and it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Really looking forward to what's to come. We're going to have a good, solid crew coming August with our football coverage coming up, and volleyball, and we've got a lot of new stuff coming up. So I enjoy it. I can't thank Scott enough for having the confidence in me, and then his boss, Joe McCarter, having the confidence to let me do this. It's fun, and I enjoy it as much as you do. There's a foul back to the fence. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Blake Bailey, the leadoff hitter for the Warriors.
I was talking to a parent before the game tonight, and he was asking about the broadcast and different things, and I really likened the strategy the coverage in these small rural communities that RTC does, kind of like to that same movement, like I think about farmers market and people liking to go support. Oh, that ball's getting away. She's going to get down to first on a drop third strike, gets away from the catcher. So that puts good speed aboard on for Winamac.
It's always good. You get your leadoff hitter on, and like you said, Bailey's got some wheels.
Yes, she does. But no, I kind of think of it as that, people are starting to like to do local things and feel more part of the community and connected to the community. And I kind of like a farmer's market. Blake Bailey easily steals second base there. She's a fast kid. She is really quick. So
strike 1 to Aubrey.
So Blake's a girl that pretty much, depending on the situation, most of the time is going to have a green light to steal a base. There she picks up third on a pass ball. She's going to pretty much be able to have the green light. If she wants to go, she just goes. She doesn't need to wait for a sign from the coach, and with good reason. I think that's a smart decision by Coach Belcher.
So 0-2 here to Aubrey. Ooh, did she go around? No, they're going to say she didn't. That was pretty close right there.
Yes,
so 1 ball, 2 strikes. I would have probably not been surprised if they would have overturned that.
I would have rung her up. That looked like it should have been a called strike almost.
That's going to be a hit into right field. It's going to score 1 run. She's going to turn and go to second with a stand-up. I don't know if you call that a single with an error.
Yeah, I think you give her a single on that one.
So the Warriors on the board. Gearhart stands at second. No outs here for the first baseman tonight, Kelsey Crawford. I'm so used to saying the pitcher, Kelsey Crawford.
Right.
But she's playing first tonight, and she's one that could very easily get a hold of one here.
Yes, she can. She's a very, very deadly at the plate.
And Jenna's going to probably try and work the corners there, as you saw away from her there on that one, takes the ball 1. Sends that one into the second baseman, able to come across.
Sending Aubrey to home. There was no play at the plate.
So Crawford is safe at first with a RBI single.
That's a tough play over second base. Kelsey just really crushed that ball to second base, and that would have been a tough play to come up with.
So 2 runs across here. Alexis Grove, the shortstop, up with one on for the Warriors. Still no outs here in the top or the bottom of the first here at Winamac.
Same spot.
That one's going to get through all the way to right field. Grove's going to be in at second, and Crawford moves all the way over to third. Brings up Ella Gearhart with still no outs here in the bottom of the first. So she's got a good opportunity with 2 runners in scoring position here for the Warriors to add a couple more runs if she gets a nice solid hit. Fouls that one back off of the fence there for strike 1.
Ella, just a freshman, catching for Winamac this year. Has had a lot of fun behind the plate, and it's just a really nice culture here in Winamac softball. She's really enjoying herself, and I think she's coming along pretty well behind home plate. I've been pleased with how she's playing. So.
Well, frankly, you told me before the game that this is the first time she's caught for several years, and watching her play a couple times, I never would have funked that. And she sends one out to center, and coming in, the ball drops. Crawford is going to score, and Grove moves over to third, and Gearhart is on at first. Bringing up Emily Roush. She's playing second here tonight. Takes ball 1. Ella's going to move over to second. That's pretty much a given in softball. With 1 on third, they're going to give you that base.
Yep. Every once in a while you see them throw it down there, a green light to throw, but not very often.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Roush. That's going to be past the catcher. And Lexi's going to score. Ella's going to move over to third.
Culver's still looking for that first out. You just got to feel they need to get through this first inning and keep it close so they can have a chance to chip away at that lead. But sometimes that first out can be real elusive.
Two balls, 1 strike here to Roush. It's going to be ball 3 high. So Roush is going to get on with the walk. It's going to bring up number 18, Jada Collins, the right fielder. The runners at the corners. I anticipate Roush probably be moving over here.
Yep. You'd think so. The Emily Roush, just a good kid. She was the manager for the girls basketball team this year. She actually played basketball for several years, and this year decided to sit it out, and she did a really nice job as a manager. A lot of times I talk to Coach Croft, and gosh, when you have a good manager on your team, he told me what an impact or what a big difference that makes, and Emily just takes a lot of pride in what she does, and you appreciate that out of a kid. So
2-0 count here to Collins. Roush did move over to second there.
Jada, the only senior on Winamac's ball club this year.
Takes strike 1, 3 balls, 1 strike. She was taken on that one all the way.
Now we got to keep our eye on Jada out in right field. During warm-ups, Coach Smith was hitting balls out to the outfield, and Jada took one right off her forehead, I think, and they were, a little bit concerned. She said she was okay, but, if we happen to see something where she's acting a little wobbly out there, we'll have to make sure to report that.
So bases loaded here for Katie Perry. Third baseman takes strike 1, left-handed. You got a lot of lefties in the lineup. It's a pretty good mix here. Normally you get maybe 1 or 2, but 3 or 4 lefties.
Yep, I think there is 3. Katie Perry, Blake Bailey and Aubrey Gearhart all hit from the left side. Now Blake and Katie both throw right-handed and hit left-handed. So
that's actually more common than you'd think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's actually the way I bat. I bat left-handed, do everything else pretty much right-handed, but it just always felt more natural on the left side.
2-1
There's a
pitch.
shot. Nice catch by Solstad. Great job over there. Gets the first out, and she's a character. She's from I'm gonna say it wrong. Sweden, I believe.
Okay.
She's a foreign exchange student.
No kidding.
And I'm good friends with Denise and Ryan Sieber, who are her host parents, and she's a character. She played volleyball for Culver, she played basketball for Culver, now playing softball, and she played handball at home. That's the only sport she ever played before was handball, and she's their starting third baseman.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so yeah, she's a fun kid. Ryan really enjoys having her. That one's going to get past. Going to be just under the tag. Good job there by Ella.
Looked like Ella, when she got up, dusted the plate off just a little bit on her way back to her feet.
So Ella gets across there on the pass ball. It's going to be the 5th run of the bottom of the 1st here for the Warriors. 1 out. Three balls and no strikes here to Campbell.
Kai Campbell batting in that 9-hole, and just a freshman this year, was really worked hard and earned a spot on the varsity squad playing left field. She made a couple of really great plays out in left field last night, and she just continues to hit the ball. You know, she puts the ball in play and hits it well, and good things have been happening for Kaya. So it's really been fun to watch her start to mature and contribute to, to a team that really has quite a bit of talent on it.
So we're back up here, still in the 1st inning, back up to the top of the order. 2nd time in the inning here for Blake Bailey. Sends that one. Nice play there at second. Gets the tag. 1 run does score. Did they not give her the tag?
I'm going to wait for the call. Yep, he did ring her up.
Well, then she slid into second, and he goes safe.
I think they're going to have to talk about this one. So 2 runs crossed for Winamac regardless.
Okay. So Roush and Collins got through.
Yep.
So Campbell currently stands at second. I thought initially he called her out, and then she kept on going, slides into second, and now there's a discussion there at shortstop with Coach Hammond.
Kind of hard to see from this angle whether or not Kaya, it looks like she kind of got tripped up in her mind where she should have just been hauling to second base and kind of felt like she was in a pickle there. And not sure if she got tagged or not, or, if the coach might be out there talking about whether or not she ran out of the base path, or, there's a number of possibilities. But, Kaya's just going to sit there and wait and see what they decide over here. Got to think with Culver's coach out there that that the call's not going Culver's way on this one.
All right, so time. Campbell stays at second, so I'm assuming that they're going to say that she is safe. So
let's jump over to a quick word from a sponsor while they talk.
Summit Contractor Supply is the area's leading supplier of tools, parts, products, and services to commercial and industrial contractors throughout northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Offering Milwaukee Electric Tools, DeWalt Power Tools, Metabo Power Tools, and more, Summit has the blades, bits, fasteners, and anchors to get the job done right. Summit is also a factory-authorized service and repair center. Contact Summit for all of your contractor supply needs.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhart with my partner Steve Stricker. So it looks like Kaya was called safe. The tag must not have got on her. Aubrey Gerhart to bat now with Blake Bailey at first and Kaya Campbell sitting at second, with Winamac up 7-0 here in the bottom of the first.
That one stays in for Gerhart. Got one run going to come across. Second run. That ball, she might. No, they hold her at third there. I thought they were going to send her. So a stand-up triple into right for Aubrey gives her 2 RBIs. And that scores Bailey and Campbell. 9 runs across here in the bottom of the first for the Warriors. Bringing back up the first baseman, Kelsey Crawford, takes the first pitch, ball 1. Gets that one across for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 9 runs across for the Warriors against the Cavs. That one's sent.
That one has a chance. No, it's going to fade to the right. That ball got up there and looked like it had a chance to get out of here, Steve, for a while, and then it just kind of started curving off to the right.
Had a little spin to it as it was up in the air, it looked like. The wind not really a huge factor. Looks like maybe blowing a little bit from left to right, but not a huge wind here tonight.
Yeah, I think that one's out of here.
That one's solidly hit, and some fans out in center field had to avoid that. So Crawford gets the 2-run home run, brings in Gerhart. For the 10th and 11th run here of the inning for the Warriors. It's going to bring up Alexis Grove. Gets that one called, strike 1. Misses on that outside. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Grove. That's going to be up the middle for a single for Alexis. It's going to bring up Ella Gerhart. She singled and scored her first time up.
Ella had a little pop fly to right center, and it was just right in between 2 girls out there to where they just couldn't quite get the make the play on the ball.
That one's on the outside, and the Grove's going to move over to second with the steal. 1 ball, no strike here to Ella. It's going to be inside, ball 2.
You know, one thing I like seeing about this Moisey, I don't think she's walked a girl yet. So you know what? She's throwing it in there and challenging Winamac hitters to hit it and giving her defense a chance. So that helps keep the other players involved, and you know, you got to respect that.
Gets the strike call, 2 balls and 1 strike. Misses that one high and inside, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Culver's still looking for their second out of the inning.
Popped out of bounds, foul ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes now, full count.
The payoff pitch from Moisey. She tagged that one pretty good. That's going to get back to the fence. Going to be an RBI double for Ella. She didn't have quite as much mustard as Kelsey. I think she was trying to challenge Kelsey. She just didn't have quite the jack on that one.
Brings Emily Roush back up. She actually did walk her first time up.
Okay. So 1 walk.
So Gearhart gets over to third with the steal. Still just 1 out here. 12 runs across here in the bottom of the first for the Warriors. Is that ball 2 or ball 3?
I think that's 2.
2 balls, 1 strike. That one gets a bye. Ball 3, 3-1.
No, it was. I did have the count wrong.
So Roush walks for the second time. It's going to bring up Collins. Runners at the corners here for the Warriors. She sends one into left.
It's going to be a gapper.
That's going to be back to the fence. It's going to score 1. And she's going to be in with a double. Roush moves over to third. Bringing up Katie Perry, who popped out to third for the only out of the inning, her first time up. Back to the pitcher. Over to first and the out. 1 run comes across. Brings up Campbell. 2 down here. We got 1 on. Over to first in time to retire the side. So the Warriors go down, but they put 14 across in the first. Abby Gregory, Miranda Ottoman, and Mackenzie Buckman going to be up as we start the top of the second here for the Cavs, trailing 14-0 after 1. We'll be back here with more here on RTC TV4.
This is Old You. And this is Now You.
Clive wears his fire hat and coat in the rain.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Garrett with my partner Steve Stricker. As we get ready for the second inning, man, that first inning was long. You got to feel bad for Culver in certain ways. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but you know, Winamac's got a pretty potent offense, Steve, and gosh, you know, just a couple of misplayed balls and gosh, 14th spot. That's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to come back from. We'll see what they do here. They got Gregory, Ottoman, and Buckman coming up here in the top of the second. So looks like we got a new pitcher. No, that's not a new pitcher. That's your daughter. They threw me off there. They were all standing around her. I was like, did they change pitchers already?
I think they'll try to get Aubrey a little bit of work tonight. The Winamac has a pretty tough end into their week where they have Logansport. They go down to Logansport on Thursday to play a tough Logansport Berries team, and then on Friday they play Knox, which is a makeup game, and that'll be another really good ball game.
Yeah, another Hoosier North Conference game with Knox. Both of these two teams, up at the top of the standings in the conference in softball. You got Winamac and Knox, both chasing the Panthers, obviously, from Pioneer. That's a nice shot out into short right, and it's going to be dropped. That was a nice job there by Collins, coming, quite a ways in. I think that ball kind of died in the wind a little bit right there.
Yep, tried to make a little basket catch, and those basket catches are hard to make.
So Gregory gets on for the Cavs to start the top of the second, bringing up Miranda Ottoman. Miranda, a senior for the Cavaliers. Plays left field. There's a shot over to third. They're going to go to two.
Looks like she picked it up just in time. That ball squirted out of her glove, and she picked it up right before the runner got there.
So the fielder's choice, they get Gregory. So Ottoman's going to be safe at first for Mackenzie Buckman, the right fielder. Another senior here. There's a lot of seniors on the Cavs roster. Got 9 seniors.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. That one's fouled back off of the fence. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Aubrey left that change up high. That's not where you want to typically throw that pitch. He must have let go of the ball just a little bit late on that one.
It's going to be fouled back towards the visitors or the home dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ooh, a little delayed call. It must have just been off the plate.
Count even here at 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's going to be full count. That one's just a little low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gets the strikeout. Gets her looking for the second out of the inning. For Hattie Davis, the second baseman.
It's going to be a pass ball on the catcher, Ella Gearhart. I think that ball was tailing inside a little bit. She just didn't get her glove out there.
Gets the strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ottoman over at second now on that pass ball. The junior Hattie Davis, second baseman, up here for the Cavs. That one a bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike.
If this is a tight game, having a pitcher that's a sister throwing to her sister that's a catcher, a tight game, if that pass ball, there's words in the dugout afterwards. I think Aub's too rattled with a 14-0 lead at this point.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down here in the top of the second. That one's going to be low, so count's going to go full here to Davis.
Comes the payoff pitch. Going to be upstairs.
Misses that one, so Davis will reach on the walk, bringing up Lizzie Pugh, the center fielder. Lizzie just a freshman here for the Cavs. Misses on the inside there, ball 1.
Aubrey having just a little bit of control problems here in the top of the second. Pretty close play down at first.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Pugh. Gets the call there on the bottom half of the strike zone. 1 and 2 count now, down to the last strike. Here in the top of the second. Good job by Pugh, staying alive. Gets that one fouled off. Misses on the change. Play down to first, not in time.
2 strikes, 2 outs. Kind of surprised with a runner ahead of the girl at first base that she's throwing down there to first, but I think she really wants to get that put out. I think she might have a friendly wager with somebody at home about that one.
Full count. Gets it across and gets Pugh for the third out on the backwards K. So the Cavs go down. They leave 2 runners on, no runs across. After an inning and a half, it's Winamac 14, Culver 0. We're going to come back. It's going to be Bailey, Gerhardt, and Crawford for the Warriors starting the bottom of the second.
This is old you. And this is now you. Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, and now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt with my partner Steve Stricker as we start the bottom of the second inning. Already about 45 minutes into this one. Had a really long first inning. Culver's starting to hit the ball. They're putting the ball in play a little bit. They've left a runner stranded on in the top of the first and the top of the second. So Blake Bailey will lead this inning off for the Warriors in the 1 slot. Blake slapped both times up. We'll see if she's swinging away or if she's going to be slapping at this at bat. Looks like she's going to be slapping. Going to be a foul ball straight back. Blake Bailey, a junior for Winamac. She's going to send that ball to left field. Looks like that's going to get over the left fielder's head. Blake, who's got some wheels, easily makes it to second base on a stand-up double.
Batting number 16, Aubrey Gerhardt.
Aubrey Gerhardt, the pitcher for Winamac, steps in to face Moisey. First pitch, going to be upstairs. Blake Bailey's going to take third base. They're not even going to throw it down there. They know how fast Blake is. So that'll be 1 ball and no strikes to the lefty. Aubrey Gerhardt jacks one to right field, and it is gone off the tree. That ball didn't get 15 feet in the air. She murdered it. So we got 2 home runs in the game so far, one for the sophomore Aubrey Gerhardt and one for the junior Kelsey Crawford. You know, in a game that's you were winning 14-0, a 2-run or a 14-0, a 2-run bomb. Your girlfriends in the dugout aren't quite as hyped or quite as excited about that bomb, but you know, it's another one on the board for her.
That brings up Crawford. She's 2 for 2 here with a couple RBIs in the first inning.
Kelsey, I know what she's got to be thinking. She'd really like to go back-to-back with Aubrey right now. You got to think that's going to happen at some point this season. There's going to be a couple of back-to-back nights. There's several girls in this lineup can hit home runs. There's been 6 different girls that have hit home runs so far this year for Winamac.
3 balls, no strikes here. Jenna's not wanting to give her anything that she can get a hold of. Grove on deck.
And that's going to be a back-to-back home run. That's a 2-home run night for Kelsey Crawford. Winamac continues to deliver some blows to the Lady Cavaliers. So that's a solo shot. That's Kelsey's 3rd home run of the year, 2nd of the night. Winamac just swinging the bat really well tonight.
So that's going to bring up Alexis Grove. She singled 2 times, scored both times in the first for the Warriors.
Now Lexi with 2 home runs on the season as well. She could go back to back to back right here.
Misses on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Up and in on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gets the outside corner on that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cavs still looking for their first out here in the bottom of the 2nd. It's going to be a full count here to Grove. Sends that one to center for a stand-up single. So Grove on.
For a stand-up single?
Stand-up single.
I like it, Steve. That makes me happy.
I'm just making up terms now, right?
I think I'm
She
going
didn't
to try to
slide.
commit.
She didn't have to slide.
Yeah, she didn't. No, it was a stand-up single. I just don't know if I've ever heard that before. So I'm gonna etch that into my memory. That just makes me happy.
Brings up Ella Gearhart. She was 2 for 2 in her first inning appearances. One ball, 2 strikes now here to the younger Gearhart sister.
Ella put a hard line drive back to the fence in center field her last time up. And that might be out of here too. It is.
So
that ball is gone.
2-run homer here for Ella Gearhart.
Wow.
That is 3rd home run of the inning here for the Warriors.
That was awesome.
That's a good night for Gearhart.
Well, that's pretty neat. You get both girls hitting home runs in the same inning.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
I forget what game it was against, but they had 2 home runs in the same game. They
Right.
each had a home run in the same game, but never in the same inning. Is that 4 in this frame or 5?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 5th run across.
That's the 5th in this frame.
Yeah.
Okay. And that puts us at 19 to the home team.
Emily Roush, she walked twice in the first inning. 2 balls, no strikes to Roush.
Emily's got a home run on the season. She's been swinging the bat really well this year. It started off a little bit slow, but it's really came on, and looked like that outside pitch got her there.
2 balls.
See a lot of girls trying to pull an outside pitch. Oh, wow. Back to the pitcher, Moisey. She's going to pick it up. She's a little rattled after that one. That one got her attention. Oh,
I think it hurt her hand there. They're going to take a quick look here at Jenna as she took a pretty hard shot on that line drive back. So We'll take a quick break here while they're taking a look at the pitcher.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer simply free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com. At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt with my partner Steve Stricker. It's like the athletic trainer from Winamac, comes from Pulaski Memorial Hospital. He's out there taking a look, and man, she just took a hot shot off of Emily Roush's bat right up the middle, and it hit her glove, kind of a self-protection move, and that ball just kind of fell out of there. I think she was shocked by it, and she's taking a couple warm-up pitches. Glad to see her throwing the ball now. Gosh, sure wish the best for her, and hope she can overcome that. You know, Doug Castle, the athletic trainer, is out there. Just a really nice guy, really knows his stuff. And, you know, these small schools, this is the first year Winamac's had an athletic trainer, and I got to tell you, that's really been a nice addition. In fact, you know, a lot of schools have athletic trainers now, and for years Winamac did not. We were always blessed with having physicians that had kids or were interested in local sports. We had physicians on the sidelines with football and show up to different sporting events. Doc Udis, Doc Anderson, a lot of different guys in town, and it's just really nice that the hospital worked with the athletic department. Bill Ball had a lot to do with that. Athletic director at Winamac. So it's really a good service. And, you know, you look at a situation like this, and as a parent, my kid's out there. It looks like Emily Roush left early to draw on out for Culver. If my kid's out there and something happens, I like somebody, that's trained in that. Oh, that's a really hard shot by Jada Collins. She's going to get to second. That's a stand-up double, Steve.
You're not gonna let me live that one down. That's gonna stay with me for a while,
Yep.
isn't it? Stand-up single.
Only because it's awesome. That's the only reason.
Collins gonna move up over to third there. 1 ball, no strikes here to Kate Perry. It's going to be down low. Ball. Is that ball 2?
Yep.
Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Takes that one. Big swing on that. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That was a really good pitch by Moisey there. That ball had a little bit of a late break on it, and Kate Perry, CP just got over top of it. Going to be a ground ball to second base. Mishandled. Kate's going to make it to first on the miss throw.
So an error at second, and that's going to score 1. It's going to bring up Kaya Campbell. She grounded out to second She walked and grounded out to second in the first inning.
I really do. I almost like it better because you get to see the umpire. In some ways, I kind of like it better.
There's a shot to right. That's going to be caught.
That was a good hard hit by Kaya Campbell. She just keeps hitting the ball well all season for Winamac. And, that was just right at the right fielder.
That'll be the second out for Culver here. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Blake Bailey. I didn't see, what did she do? I know she got on a double, but where did she hit it the first time up?
I kind of forget. Well, they're going to call her out of the box on that slap. Yep.
Well, that's going to do it then for the bottom of 2. After 2, it's going to be Winamac 20, Culver 0. We're going to come back here at the top of the 3rd with the top of the lineup for Morrison, Fritter, and Pearl for the Cavs.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Find your go with Braun Ability, the world's most trusted name in mobility. Braun Ability is a proud supporter of the Winamac community, where we are working together for a more mobile world. Learn more online at braunability.com. Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been proudly serving the community since 1963. With 18 physicians and nurse practitioners, along with a friendly and knowledgeable staff, PMH is dedicated to providing quality care closer to home. More information online at pmhnet.com. Please support our local sponsors. All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winamac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the Old Burger Dairy Store, the Winamac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winamac Corner Deli, smoking good food.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart with my partner Steve Stricker here at Winamac Town Park. Just talking about Bob Dell's Corner Deli in town. I think I can almost smell their cooking from here. Yep, see you, Scott. And again, I haven't eaten dinner. You come and you watch that advertisement. That creates a problem for me. That first pitch is going to be strike by the sophomore, left-handed sophomore Aubrey Gearhart.
So Morrison back up. She grounded out to second, her first time up for the Cavs. It's been a rough one here for Culver. They've struggled through the first 2 innings, giving up. The second inning wasn't as bad, obviously, but that first inning there, they really struggled. The Warriors went through the lineup twice in that first inning. And
now the second inning, where there are 3 bombs in the same inning, had Aubrey Gearhart, followed by a back-to-back bomb by Kelsey Crawford, and then a hard shot by Alexis Grove up the middle, and then that's going to be 1 out. And then Kelsey, or no, we already said Kelsey. Then who is the third? Ella Gearhart.
Yeah. Your daughter.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's not a very good father, forget my kid's home run. But
there's a nice one across for a strike with the 1 down here in the top of the 3rd. Got the middle school Warriors playing across the way, taking on Logan Sport. I'll walk over there here in between innings and see what the score is over there. That's something Culver now has. A few more schools in the area are starting to get middle school programs for softball, and once that really happens, it's going to be good for everybody, honestly, because they're going to, when you come into high school and you haven't played much besides maybe some summer stuff, it's a big jump.
Absolutely, it sure is. And you look at Winamac and the commitment from the coaching staff, all the coaches, but particularly Coach Belcher. I mean, it really has invested in youth softball, really supported middle school softball, but all-stars and girls that play travel ball. She is just really, from age 8, 9, 10-year-old girls. I mean, she was down at the ballpark when my girls were playing at that age and engaged and involved. And when those young girls see that kind of investment, it's a really big deal. And Winamac's really benefited from a strong youth league kind of culture, and got a lot of good people involved. Wendy Hines coaching middle school this year with my partner, the captain, Shay Casson, who I call basketball games with. He's the assistant coach. Brian Friedel helps out over there. So they do a nice job. They're surrounded by guys that, not just guys, but the people that know softball. And gosh, that was a quick inning, Steve.
Well, 3 up, 3 down, all 3 strikeouts for Aubrey. Gets Morrison, Fritter, and Pearl all going out. So we're going to be back here. It's going to be bottom of 3rd, and it's going to be Aubrey Gearhart and then Kelsey Crawford and Alexis Grove up for the Warriors.
Summit Contractor Supply is the area's leading supplier of tools, parts, products, and services to commercial and industrial contractors throughout northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Offering Milwaukee Electric Tools, DeWalt Power Tools, Metabo Power Tools, and more, Summit has the blades, bits, fasteners, and anchors to get the job done right. Summit is also a factory-authorized service and repair center. Contact Summit for all of your contractor supply needs.
This is Old You. And this is Now You.
Clive wears his fire hat and coat in the rain.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart, my partner Steve Stricker. Aubrey Gearhart, the left-handed sophomore, stepping in with she had jacked a 2 or 3 run homer her last time at bat.
2 runs. She had a triple and a single, so she gets a double here. She's going to cycle out. That's probably a kind of a rare occurrence, especially in the 3rd inning.
Yeah. Ouch.
The Cavs struggling here a little bit tonight, but it's a very good Winamac team, obviously, that is facing the Cavs. There she sends one. That's going to be playable and caught.
Great catch.
Yeah, just outside of the foul territory over there for out number 1. So good start here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Right fielder covered a lot of ground to get to that ball. Got a good jump, good read off the bat, was able to make the play.
Brings up Crawford. She's got a single and 2 home runs so far in the game.
Now, I've seen her hit 2 home runs in a game. I don't think I've ever seen her hit 3 home runs in a game.
1 ball, 1 strike here with 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd for the Warriors. Jenna's going as far away as she can there and still get the ball, trying to catch that outside corner. That's a foul ball, so that evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes here.
Caught Kelsey reaching out for that one. She's lucky just to get a piece of that ball.
Misses outside. It's going to be full count, 3-2 here to Crawford. That's going to be out of play off the first base line.
That was a long foul ball. Kelsey's such a strong kid. I think we were playing in LaVille would have been towards the end of last week, and I saw her hit a hard line drive that went off the center field fence in LaVille. Well, there's a hard line drive towards center field fence. Another good hit by Kelsey. it's going to be a stand-up double. So she had a hit that was every bit that hard that hit the fence in the air in LaVille, and that was completely off her front foot on a changeup. So the changeup came in, her timing was off. She was on her front foot, still jacked it to the fence. And really amazing.
It's going to bring up Grove. That one's going to be foul off of, so they're a little late here on Moist this inning. So Crawford goes early here to get an out. Second out of the inning. Misses on that one high. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Grove. 3 singles here on the night so far for Alexis. That one's going to be foul as well, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jenna's throwing a lot of pitches, but she's still up there. She's throwing hard. She's, you know, she's battling, right?
Absolutely. Talk a lot at one of my avid listeners, local legend Jeremy Lamer, the Hammer. Oh, there's going to be like that's going to be retired. No, she's going to beat it out at first base. He told me one time, he said, sports reveals character, it doesn't build it. And I think that's, I think there's some truth in that. And like what you're talking about, Jenna out there still battling, keeping her head up and her posture. All these girls are looking at her on that Culver team. They always look at their pitcher, and she keeps her head up and has a positive attitude. And, gosh, that goes a long way. Going to be a grounder with eyes out into left field by Ella. That's going to be a stand-up single for Ella. I know it's going to get old, actually,
yeah.
if I keep using it. But I got to put it on the shelf and then pull it out at the right time on down the road. And
we can use that one in basketball season. How's that?
I like it.
Or maybe even pull it out once or twice in football.
I think it's just it's going to come up. It's going to come up.
Big swing and a miss there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Winamac having a little bit more trouble timing up Moisey this inning. I don't know if she's doing something a little bit different. It seems like most of the girls' timing's been a little bit off so far here in the bottom of the third.
That one's off of first base, foul territory, so 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Emily. Popped up off the light. Pretty sturdy light there. That took a good shot.
Yeah.
And gets her on called third strike to retire the side. So that's going to do it for inning number 3. Score remains Winamac 20 and the Cavaliers 0 when we come back here in top of inning number 4. It's going to be Jenna Moise, Abby Gregory, and Miranda Ottoman up for the Cavaliers. Be back here in a moment on RTC TV4.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt with my partner, Steve Stricker. We have a couple of defensive changes. It looks like Katie Perry is going to be behind the plate catching for the Warriors, sophomore for Winamac. And Emily Roush is taking the mound. And I guess it's not a mound, is it? She's in the circle, as the right phrasing, in the circle for Winamac. Right-handed throwing sophomore for Winamac. Has a really great changeup. One of the things I really like when I watch Emily pitch is she has a changeup that can make girls look silly. So we'll see if that's working for her. She faces these Culver Cavaliers in the top of the 4th.
All right, the pitcher Moise up first here, left-handed hitting batter. She grounded out to third her first time up. Oh, gets the outside corner on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Jenna. Sends that one into left.
Hard.
It's going to be off the fence. Jenna's going to go for 2. Nope. Changes her mind there. Gets about halfway back. So she's going to be in with the single.
Jenna hit the ball very well on that at bat. Looks like Aubrey Gearhart is in left field for Winamac. I'm trying to see if there's any other defensive changes.
New shortstop.
No, I think Lexi's
that's still Groves, yeah.
Still Groves. So we got Kaya Campbell. Okay, Kaya Campbell moved from left field and is now playing second base for the Lady Warriors. Katie Perry does a nice job keeping that ball in front of her behind home plate.
So we got a courtesy runner for Moise on first.
It's like a drop ball from Emily in the dirt. Katie does a nice job keeping the ball in front of her.
So the pinch runner, Juliana Frazzoni, a foreign exchange student for Culver, pinch running for Moise.
Nice off speed. That's going to be a backward K in the first out of the inning for Culver.
It's going to bring up Miranda. 0-1, right?
Yep.
They still have one up there.
I think the scoreboard might be off a little bit.
Now it's 1-1.
Culver threatening to score with one girl in scoring position at second base. Looks like that's going to be just outside.
2 balls, 1 strike here to Ottoman. Franzoni, that's going to be a hit by pitch. Going to put Ottoman at first, and it's going to bring up Mackenzie Buckman here for Culver. She struck out her first time up here in the second inning. So the Cavaliers threatening with runners. That hits the, I think that hit the end of the bat.
Yeah, I think
as she
so
was
too.
trying to duck out of the way. So that's going to actually get called a foul ball.
Yep. Kind of wonder if she would have just fell down and act like it hit her, she might have got the call.
And gets the call on that for strike 2. 0-2 count now to Buckman. Hattie Davis on deck here for Culver. There's a shot, going to be caught at third, and the play back at first for the double play to end the inning. So after 3.5, the score remains Winamac 20, Culver 0. We're going to be back here for bottom of 4. We're down to Cullens, Perry, and Campbell for the Warriors.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Find your go with Braun Ability, the world's most trusted name in mobility. Brawnability is a proud supporter of the Winamac community, where we are working together for a more mobile world. Learn more online at brawnability.com. Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been proudly serving the community since 1963. With 18 physicians and nurse practitioners, along with a friendly and knowledgeable staff, PMH is dedicated to providing quality care closer to home. More information online at pmhnet.com. Please support our local sponsors. All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winamac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the Old Burger Dairy Store, the Winamac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winamac Corner Deli, smoking good food.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Garrett with my partner Steve Stricker as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning, where Winamac is leading the Lady Cavs 20-0. Just got a text message from Mary Von Tobel, lives just outside of St. Louis, and she said she's watching the game from home and feels like Winamac's got a pretty good chance of winning, but she would like to see a home run yet in this game. So we'll see if the Winamac Warriors can deliver on that.
So we have a new pitcher for the Cavs. It's going to be a junior Sam Ostrich. And then also a new batter here coming in for Collins. It's going to be number 3, Cassidy Sobzak, a sophomore.
That's actually a pretty good effort, her name.
Sobzak?
Yeah.
I went to school with some Sobzaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that poor girl's name butchered by I don't know how many people over the years. But, yep, Cassidy, really nice kid. Really expect her, over the course of the season, she's improving, and I anticipate seeing her, really contribute at the varsity level next year. It's a couple girls move on, and just missed that one.
That's a full count here. So Ostrich doing a decent job here. He's got the count full. And it's going to be a walk. Just misses on that one to Sobzak. It's going to bring up Kate Perry. Yeah, I mean, you guys have a nice core group of young players here at Winamac that can really, do some damage here over the next couple of years. Like you said, you're only losing one senior this year.
Yeah, there's the captain, Shay Caston, stopping by the broadcast booth.
We got a little bit of everybody here. Scott stopped by to say hi, and Shay stopped by to say hi.
I'll tell you what.
Chad's probably working the mower already, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I saw him out and going today. So his boy plays baseball. He's got a little bit of pitching in, plays a few different positions, and so he's been to quite a number of baseball games. So
I don't know that they're playing tonight. Let's see. No, I don't have them listed. I don't know if they're playing tonight or not, but I'm going to try and get down here and get some Warriors baseball on the air here sometime soon, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be a really good time. Winamac's done a lot to – there's a good hard hit by Katie Perry. It's going to drop in for a stand-up single. I'm sorry. I just can't help myself. I just can't help it.
All right, you get one more of those tonight.
One more mulligan.
Yeah.
Kaya Campbell steps in for Winamac. Kaya started the game in left field and then moved to second base.
She popped out to right her last time up back in the second. Got one down here in the bottom of the fourth. Gets that one in for a strike.
No, you're right. There's definitely a handful of girls with some talent on this Winamac club. You know, for a 2A school, there's definitely some pockets of talent. We've talked about it before. There seems to be a little corridor of teams with good softball cultures around here, and you know, I really look to and really am hopeful about Culver as they, you know, are still rebuilding and working on their program and starting with their youth league. It takes a few years for that to pay off, but you know, gosh, you like to see all these schools around here competitive. You know, you think about Pioneer. She's gonna take first base on a walk. Think about Pioneer Panthers. You think about Knox. Some of these teams that are really in close proximity, and gosh, I like it that they're really competitive teams. I think that's good for everybody, all these schools, and makes them for some good competitive games, and really pushes each other. You know, pushes each program. So.
Well, in Culver, like we've talked about with the junior high program, they've got I think the second year now that their junior high teams are playing. So, you know, that'll only do good things for the program. Bailey with a shot.
That's going deep. That's a home run. That's her second home run of the season. Blake Bailey sends that one sailing out to left center field.
Two-run shot for Bailey adds two more. Total 22-0 now here for the Warriors. You have two outs here in the bottom of the fourth. It's going to bring up Aubrey Gerhardt. She's got a single, a triple, and a home run. Popped out to right her last time up.
Yep, you got to be thinking that she's going to try for that double.
She's a double away from hitting the cycle. Two down, nobody on here for Aubrey. You know, with Bailey and Gerhardt going back-to-back left-handers there, that's probably something as a high school pitcher, you know, a lot of these schools don't see a lot of. You know, we talked about the number of left-handers that Winamac has.
It's a little bit different look for the pitchers. They, you know, kind of go through that process in their brain as they warm up and get ready to bring their pitch in.
3-1 count here to Gerhardt. Catches the corner on that. Ball strike two, so the count goes full here for Aubrey. Sends that one. That's going to die there. Play made at second for the third out of the inning. So that's going to do it for 4. We're going to come back here at the top of inning at number 5. The Cavs trailing 22-0. Be back here in a moment. You're watching RTC TV 4.
Summit Contractor Supply is the area's leading supplier of tools, parts, products, and services to commercial and industrial contractors throughout northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Offering Milwaukee Electric Tools, DeWalt Power Tools, Metabo Power Tools, and more, Summit has the blades, bits, fasteners, and anchors to get the job done right. Summit is also a factory-authorized service and repair center. Contact Summit for all of your contractor supply needs.
This is old you. And this is now you.
Clive wears his fire hat and coat in the rain.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart with my partner Steve Stricker here at Winamac Town Park, where the Lady Warriors are leading the Culver Cavaliers by a score of 22-0 as we get underway for the top of the 5th inning. This will be the Cavs' last chance. Now, you know, stranger things have happened. I don't anticipate them putting a 12 spot up, but gosh, you just never know. Going to be a first pitch strike by the right-handed sophomore Emily Roush.
So we have a sub for the Cavs. It's going to be number 12, Lily Prosky, a sophomore. Her first time up. She's batting for Hattie Davis. And she strikes out. They do drop that pitch, but get it down to first in time for the out. It's going to bring up the freshman Lizzie Pugh.
It's like a couple of substitutions. Over at first base is Cassidy Sobsack. And Kelsey Crawford's going to move to right field. Aubrey Gearhart's still in left. Ella Gearhart's going to be at third base. She was actually there last inning. I missed that.
Ouch. That's going to be a hit by pitch.
She just kind of stood there and took it. She did. You know, I respect that. She wanted first base, and she's like, all right, you're going to hit me. let it happen.
So that brings up Sarah Morrison. She grounded out to second and struck out her first 2 times at bat.
It's like we got a bat sitting over there in foul territory, waiting on.
So we got 1 down here for Morrison with 1 on.
It's like it's going to be just a little bit outside on the first pitch.
Fouled off. One ball, 1 strike to Morrison. Boy, the sun's coming out now. That feels really nice.
It does feel nice, doesn't it? It's like the changeup's going to miss just upstairs.
Catches that inside corner, evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Misses on the inside, full count, 3-2. Trista Fritter, the catcher, on deck here for the Cavs.
That's going to be
over to 2 on the fielder's choice. Pugh kind of had to hold up, thinking that was going to be caught, and it dropped. So Morrison is on, but Pugh is out for the second out of the inning. Bringing up the catcher, Trista Fritter. Singled and struck out here her first 2 times at bat. Takes that one across the plate, strike 1.
It's going to be
in time to get the 3rd out. So that's going to do it here for your ball game today. Final score is going to be Winamac 22 and the Culver Cavaliers 0. Had a pretty exciting time here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 home runs by the Winamac Warriors. Does that sound right?
Yep, 2 by Kelsey Crawford, 1 by Aubrey Gearhart, 1 by her sister Ella Gearhart. So
well, then that'd be 5 because Blake had 1 too.
Oh, Blake did just have 1, didn't she?
So, yeah, Crawford 2, and then each of the Gearharts and Blake Bailey. So, yeah, so good night behind their in the batter's box for the Warriors. Of course, plating 22 runs. Can't complain about that. They're going to move to 9-2.
9-2.
9-2 on the season. You said they got some big games coming up. They're going to be at Knox and at
Logansport.
At Logansport here this week. So a couple of crucial games. The Knox one, obviously, being a Hoosier North Conference game. So the Cavs are going to drop to 2-9 on their season. So, yeah, I think. Unless you got anything else.
Steve, I appreciate you coming down tonight. Thanks everybody for tuning in and listening. Have a lot of fun doing this, and
hey, we coined a new phrase tonight.
We got a new phrase.
The stand-up single.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.